So this is an Elddis Xplore 505. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hitch up, jockey wheel and handbrake will go through here on site in person. In the front of the van you've got your gas bottle with gas pipe work coming over to the regulator. The yellow valve that you see on the side of the regulator is actually a shut-off valve for the gas. When you're travelling you need to make sure the gas bottle itself is turned off at all times when travelling, and the thread fitment on the bottle itself just here is a reverse thread fitment. Fit a second bottle in the far side of there also. You've got your wind down leg at either side at the front of the van, as you can see, just down here. And again, we'll demonstrate those while you're here on site. Truma heating system. Before you use the heating on gas, you'll need to remove the cover here on the outside, and that is your gas flue essentially for the heating system itself. Next up, you've got your water pump connection. So the blue tab on the side on the water pump itself, you'll pull back towards you, push into place and connect it into the side of the van, and then the pump end here will drop into the outlet roll to pick the water up. Going further down the van, you've got your motor mover and wheels. The motor mover will demonstrate here on site, and the wheels will torque before you leave site. The flush tank for the toilet, before use you'll need to put 3.5 litres of water in through the hole just here, and a cap full of the pink fluid. Toilet cassette locker, as you can see the cassette's not in there at the moment, but the cassette's just here. So on the back of the cassette itself you've got an orange pressure relief button, you've got the neck for emptying the waste out, and at the bottom just down here you've got the catch for releasing it from inside the van, so it will lock into that little fitment just there. When you want to empty it, you turn the neck round here, turn the neck round, and you'll be able to tip the waste away. And the yellow button on the back you'll be able to press to allow the pressure to release from the cassette, so the waste comes out nice and freely instead of spitting and splattering back at you. Before you use this you'll need to put 1 litre of water in and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the rear of the van you've got your grey waste pipe, so that is where the waste water comes out, so the water from the freshwater system comes out the back of the van just here, and then you've got your wind down leg on either side at the back of the van. Coming down the near side of the van you've got your fridge vents, so for the vents for the fridge where the hot air comes out essentially. You've got your storage locker, battery box and mains power lead coming into the van, heating vent for the awning, so I'll show you how that works from the inside, but a vent there to allow the air out into the awning, and then your barbecue gas point at the front. Going inside the van now. First thing you'll need to do is when you come inside the van is turn on the master power switch just by the door. So you've got master and 12 volts, so you need to put it onto the 12 volt side, and that'll allow everything inside the van to come on, as you can see. Now first of all we're going to show you how to fill the water system on board the caravan. So to do that we're going to come underneath the seat on the far front side of the van, and underneath the seat you have your yellow drain down valve. Now to fill the water system you need to make sure it's parallel with the floor as it is now, and to drain the water system you'll put it upright so it's pointing towards the bottom of the seat. The red valve you see here is a gas shut off for the hot water system itself. Now to fill the water system, as I said, you'll need to have the valve down in the position it's in now. You'll come over to each tap on the caravan with the water pump connected on the outside and dropped into the aqua roll. Come over to the taps, let's move that for a moment. Open up each of the taps around the van. You open the tap up on the hot side, the same as the tap on the shower mixer head. So you'll open it completely up on the hot side, and then you'll come over to the control panel by the door, and you'll turn on the pump switch just here. And eventually, when the water system is full, the water will come out the taps continuously. Now once the water's coming out the taps continuously and it's not spitting and splattering, you can shut off each tap because the water system is full, and at that point you can heat the hot water in the tank itself. So over here on the wall, let me just make sure which switch is which. So on the wall over this side of the van where your pump run switch is, you can turn on the mains power to the heating system on electric, and the switch next to it is your hot water switch on electric. So to warm the water up on electric, you'll flick the switch on here and that will start warming up the tank on board the van. If you want to warm the water on gas, very simple to do. You turn the gas bottle on in the front locker, spin the dial round to the flame symbol, and as you'll see, a green light appears in the back of here. The green light is the pilot light for the hot water system. The red light that's just appeared is to let me know it's failed because the gas isn't currently turned on. However, if the gas was turned on, then it'd stay green and that would be your pilot light set. To control the temperature, you have a dial here that goes between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. For your heating, on electric, you've got the dial here to the left. You've got to select 500, 1000 or 2000 watts down the side, and that'll all depend on what caravan site you're on. So for instance, if you select 500 watts like we can run on here on site, you'll then use the dial to control the heat that is coming from the heater. The higher you go, the warmer the heater is going to be. If you want to use the heater on gas, very simple to do. You'll spin the dial round on gas just here. Hold the valve down between 10 and 9, then hit the igniter on the right hand side. Once it's ignited, in the pilot, you'll get a pilot light in this window around a 45-degree angle from the floor. Then you can slowly release the gas valve and you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on top. To use the blown air, so the heat comes out the vents around the caravan, the dot in the centre here indicates that the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. However, if you want blown air continuous, you can flick over to the wave symbol just here on top of the heater, and then you can use the dial on top to control the fan speed. If you want automatic blown air, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat, you can put it onto the A on the right hand side, and then as the van warms up, the thermostat will allow the fan to kick in and out. If you want to use the fridge, very simple to do. You've either got gas, so the first option we're going to come to is the gas, and to ignite it on gas, you'll press in the valve on the right hand side, and it will self-ignite on gas. So when it does ignite, in this little window just here, you've got a red line, and when it does ignite, the red line will come round into the green, and if it stays in the green, the gas is ignited and the fridge is chilling. To control the temperature of the fridge on gas or electric, you use the dial on the right hand side here. To go to mains power, it's a 240 volt, that's the electric power. You can turn it round to the 240 volt symbol, and that'll allow the fridge to start chilling on mains. If you're towing down the road and you want to use the fridge as a cool box, you can do that also by putting the battery symbol on here, and that will run off the 12 volt system that you are towing with on your car. When you are on the 12 volt mode and working the fridge as a cool box, the temperature control on this side will not work due to the fact it is just a cool box. The hob, very simple to use, igniter on the front as you'd expect to see, gas controls for the cooker and oven, and then your grill controls across the right hand side of the hob. The last thing on this particular caravan we're going to demonstrate is the toilet system in the bathroom. The toilet itself has a pump flush, so you can pump up and down on the flush, which will allow the toilet to flush. And then you have a waste flap just here to allow the waste into the cassette at the bottom of the van. At the moment, the cassette isn't in the van, but that will be by the time you collect the van. And then you've got a red indicator light just here to let you know the toilet cassette is full of waste. If you have any further questions on this particular caravan, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.